everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let's ask thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us mercy and blessing so we can attend this meeting without any trouble and happy place and time. Secondly, salat and salam we pray, we follow to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam who has been guiding us from the darkness into the brightness, from the foolishness into the smartness as what we can see now. Okay, we are from third groups, and then now we will present our material about the linguistics of second language acquisition. Before that, I will introduce myself. My name is Lucy Kurnia Utari as a moderator and also the first speaker, and I will share to you the material about the nature of language. So, here we go. The nature of language. What is it that we learn when we learn a language? If we look up a definition of language in a dictionary, we will probably see reference to its verbal features, oral and written, to its function in communication, and to its uniquely human character. Most linguists would agree that all naturally occurring languages also share the following characteristics. First, languages are systematic. They consist of recurrent elements which occur in regular patterns of relationships. All languages have an infinite number of possible sentences, and the vast majority of all sentences which are used have not been memorized. They are created according to rules or principles which speakers are usually unconscious of using or even of knowing if they acquired the languages as a young child. Second, languages are symbolic. Sequences of sounds or letters do not inherently possess meaning. The meaning of symbols in language come through the tacit agreement of a group of speakers. For example, there is no resemblance between the four-legged animal that eats hay and the spoken symbol horse, or the written symbol horse which we use to represent it in English. English speakers agree that the hay-eating animal will be called a horse. Spanish speakers, caballo, German pivot, Chinese ma, and Turkish at. Third, language are social. Each language reflects the social requirements of the society that uses it, and there is no standard for judging whether one language is more effective for communication than another, other than to estimate the success its user may have in another, other than to estimate the success its user may have in achieving the social tasks that are demanded of them. We use language to communicate, to categorize and catalog the objects, events, and processes of human experience. That's all from me, and the next material will be delivered by my friend Azifa Tunisa.
I will explain about early approaches to SLA. The first, constructive analysis SA, is an approach to the study of SLA, which involves predicting and explaining learner problem based on a comparison of L1 and L2 to determine similarities and difference. The goal of SA: pedagogical, to increase efficiency in L2 teaching and testing. The second, the focus of SA is on the surface forms of both L1 and L2 systems, and on describing and comparing the language one level at a time. Generally, contrasting the phonology of L1 and L2 first, and then morphology, then syntax with the lexicon, receiving relatively little attention, and non-verbal structures and discourse still less. And the last, early proponents of SA, assuming that language acquisition essentially improves habit performance in a process of stimulus response reinforcement (SRR). That's all.
The next, we will discuss about universal grammar material. Universal grammar is a linguistic theory that postulates grammatical principles that are similar in a language, and then this theory to explain language acquisition in a general, not specifically in particular language.
The term function has several meanings in linguistics, including both structural function, or such as a role which elements of language structure play as a subject or object, or as an actor or goal, and pragmatic function, or what the use of language can accomplish, such as convey information, control others' behavior, or express emotion. Approaches to SLR, which are characterized as functional, differ in emphasis and definition, but share the following characteristic in general opposition to those in Chomsky's tradition. Focus is on the use of language in real situation, as well as underlying knowledge or competence. No sharp distinction is made between the two. Study of SLI begins with the assumption that the purpose of language in communication and the development of linguistic knowledge. In L1 or L2, it requires a communicative use. Scope of concern goes beyond the sentence to include the course structure and how language is used in interaction, and to include aspects of communication beyond language. Four of functional approaches which have been evaluated in SLR are systematic linguistic, functional typology, function to form mapping, and information organization. Maybe that's all from me. Thank you.
Jangan lupa like, comment, share, and subscribe channel Stasiun Bahasa dan Budaya P2B UIN Mataram.